Hey guys, what's going on? I have another great snowblower video for you. So in this video, we're going to unbox and assemble a Toro 724 snowblower. I wanted to show you guys what to expect if you decide to order one of these online. They're pretty simple to put together, and for the rise of your house, you'll know what to expect. Okay, so the only tools you should need for assembly are a 7/16 wrench and a 3/8 wrench, and a utility knife or a pair of scissors to open the end of the box. So when you open the box, this is what the snowblower should look like. It should come created just like this. Looks like there's some instructions in here, and the chute, some controls, and some more packing. So let's get this open and start taking this out. We'll put it together. With the directions, you should see some hardware in the bag. There's some nuts and bolts in here, so make sure that they're in there. And then there's a rod in here, and this should be for the I believe for the chute control that goes over to the joystick. And let's take this out of the box and see what we have. So we're out here filming a snowblower video, and Santa Claus is video bombing the video, driving around the neighborhood. You can't make this stuff up. We didn't plan this, it just happened to be going on. It's not every day you see Santa Claus in a Ford F-150, I think it is. He's waving to us. What's going on, Santa? Alright guys, back to snowblower stuff. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is take some of this packing out of here. There should be some corrugated filler on the side. There's another one right here. The chute assembly kind of goes through this one. So take that out, and you're going to remove this one as well. Right, so now you can remove the chute. Some plastic bags on that. And make sure you take the bar out of the box. Here's some more packing. This is that bar we're going to need to put on, and it controls the chute. It joins the chute to the joystick. So we'll use that. Put this inside. And now you should be able to open up the end of the box. It says to cut the box on this end where the handle is, and then you can roll the machine out. So you should be able to easily get it out. Okay, so now you can cut the box right here. On the other side, make a door, wheel the machine out. Just make sure you're not going to hit anything on the inside. There seems to be enough room. This is where they tell you to cut the box. Show the scissors, but I'm going to use an exact utility knife. It's a little easier. Just be careful. It'll be alright. That. So before you remove the snowblower from the box, you're going to want to flip the handle up. You got to be careful because there's a cable down here laying around, and you don't want to drag it out and kind of get anything caught. So what you need to do is you need to loosen this nut. You need to loosen this nut. You can just twist it, and there's a zip tie hanging out in here that holds the handle in place too, kind of binds it together while the snowblower is being shipped. So I'm going to cut the zip tie. We should be able to swing the handle up and tighten these two wing nuts right here and wheel it on out. Okay, so I'm going to cut that zip tie with my knife. Should be able to swing this right up. You're gonna pull that little bracket to the side right there. And then there's one over here as well. So you're gonna slide that into the hole. So right here, this little pin right here, you want to make sure this comes out enough on both sides so you can slide it, push it into the hole. There's a curve to washer. Make sure the curve on the washer goes with the contour of the bar. And lock this into place. The same on the other side. We just did that. And now we should be able to wheel this right out. There you go, it'll wheel right out for you. Pretty easy. So what you want to do is you want to attach the chute to the snowblower. Make sure that these cables aren't twisted when you're doing this. So this channel right here, the square stock channel, slides down this bracket right here. There's a hole in the tubing. So you're going to want to line this hole up with the hole that's in the bracket. You want to make sure the bottom of the chute fits on top of here, goes down nice, and line the hole up on the tube with the bracket on the housing for the chute. So there's going to be one bolt that holds it on. It looks like this. It's the only bolt in there that looks like this, and you're going to use a 3/8 wrench to tighten it up. Wiggle the assembly, bolt should slide through. Catch the nut on the other side by hand. So you're going to need 2 wrenches to tighten this up. You're going to need your 7/16 wrench and your 3/8 wrench. The 7/16 is going to go on this side, and the 3/8 will go on the top of the head to hold it in place while you're tightening it down. Okay, you want to snug it down good. Don't crank down on it too much. Snug is fine. So to attach this tube right here to the chute, to the joystick, you're going to need 3 bolts. These are the 3 bolts and nuts that come with the kit. They should all be the same. You should only have 3 of these. And you're going to tighten them up with the 7/16 wrench. Slide this cap off. And this end with no holes is going to go into a notch right here. It's on the chute. And then the head of these screws will go through the black stand of the joystick that protrudes out. Just take a knife, poke it through, then hand tighten these. Catch them by hand. There's 1. There's 2. And then the third one is this cable right here. I'm going to put that through as well. And I'm going to catch that. And tighten them up. Tighten your other 2. It's snugged up. So I just wanted to show you guys something for a minute. In the video I had this bracket flipped up the other way. I looked at the directions and they want you to hang it down like this. So it kind of hangs like that. So just make sure on this bracket on the cable that it is hanging that way. That's how it should go. So there's one more bracket that they want you to fasten to the machine. And you should have 1 bolt left, and this is what it looks like. There's no nut on the end of it. And there's a little bracket right here, and it goes right under the side of the machine like that. Then you're going to catch it with your 3/8 wrench. Make sure it's secure, don't crank down on it. It should hold this nice and tight to the side of the machine. This is what it should look like when you're done. Make sure that the cable routing isn't laying against the motor. It's not catching the wheels or anything. When I got the snowblower, this cable was actually on top of here. I was pushing it down, so I was able to sneak out the pull start by doing that, and I could drop the cable down, kind of put the pull start back. So if that happens, it's an easy fix, because it would wear on this nylon rope, and it was kind of resting against the motor too, so we should be all set right now. Okay, so that's all I needed to do with the assembly of this. It should probably take you about a half an hour to assemble it. It wasn't hard at all. Just wanted to show you a few things to look out for along the way. So now we're gonna get ready to start this thing up for the first time. So take any of the protective plastic off of the motor. Throw that away. Take this off the front. So the last thing to do before you start up the snowblower is check to see if the factory set the blade height. And it doesn't look like they did on this one, because it's hitting the cement floor in my garage. So if you have a garage, it should be a pretty good place to do it if your floor is level. Mine's somewhat level. So in this area that I'm in, it's level. So what I'm gonna do is, sometimes on snowblowers, they'll tell you to do like 1/8 of an inch. So the way you could set it for the blade for 1/8 of an inch is you could use a couple of paint sticks, and you put a paint stick here, and under the blade over at that end, you can adjust the little skates right there, bring them down. But my driveway is a little uneven in spots, I know this, so I'm going to use a yardstick to do it that I broke in half. So these are pretty cheap. You can get them for a couple bucks at the store. So I'm going to put the yardstick under the blade right here, and then we're going to loosen these feet up. I'm going to drop them down and retighten them. So I have my yardstick ends right here, and that's going to give my blade the height. So what I'm going to do now is take my 1/2 inch wrench, loosen up these feet, drop them down, retighten them, and I'll do this on both sides. All right, drop them down. Make sure you don't have your hand on the bucket, because you don't want to push like down on these. You want it to kind of rest evenly, so with the weight of the machine. All right, make sure they're snug. You don't have to crank down on them. Just make sure that they're snugged up pretty good. Do the same thing on the other side, and you should be all set with the adjustment. Okay, so you should be at the point now where you're ready to start up your snowblower, but before you do that, always check the oil level to make sure that there's oil in the motor before you start it up. Very important, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. So to check the oil on your Toro Snowmaster 724, the oil dipstick is right here. It's on the left-hand side of the motor, and this happens to be the Toro 1000 Snow Series. So take a look at the dipstick, and I clean it off. Make sure you have like a paper towel or a clean rag, and then stick it back in. Tighten it a little bit. Make sure it's screwed in all the way down. And pull it back out. So where you want the oil level to be is right where this H is, right here. It's the high mark indicator. So there's a range right where this cross-hatched section is. There's a low mark and a high mark. It should be right near the top of that high mark. This is a brand new snowblower. The oil's very clean, hasn't been run yet. So we're all okay to run it. What you want to do now is put some gas in it. You're better off to get yourself a clean funnel. You can get one at the hardware store or at Home Depot or Lowe's. They're not that expensive. Then I like to run in my snowblowers the non-ethanol gas. This one happens to be True Fuel. There are a few of them on the market. It's just ethanol free, so there's no corn stuff in here. It has detergents in it to keep the carburetor clean. It has a stabilizer in it. So as you're snow blowing, the fuel will help to clean out the carburetor and your snow blower so it doesn't sputter and, you know, hit and miss and stuff like that. It isn't cheap fuel, but in the long run, it's going to pay off with not having to fix your snowblower. So from day one, if you use something decent, this is 92 octane, it should run for a very long time for you. Not give you any issues. So it's going to top this off. Keep a funnel just for gas. Don't use it for motor oil or anything else. That way there, you won't get anything but oil inside of your gas tank. Put your gas cap back on. So the way to start your Toro Snowmaster 724 is right here. The key is right here. It doesn't turn, it just kind of slides in, so make sure the key is slid in. Here is the choke. So we're going to open choke right there, push it all the way, and then there's an electric starter on this machine, and I'll show you that in a minute. So for right now, we're going to start it manually, and then you got to score it like 2, 3, put 3 or 4, prime the carburetor with 3 or 4 presses of the button right here, the primer button, and then we're going to pull it, start it up. Okay, so I just started it with the pull start, so now I'll show you how the electric start works. Okay, so to start this with the electric start, get yourself a heavy duty electrical cord, an outdoor electrical cord. It doesn't have to be very long, just long enough so you can plug it into an outlet and into the machine. And it should plug right into the starter outlet right there. So the machine is warm, the snowblower is warm because I just started it, so I shouldn't need the choke. Shouldn't need to prime it, but if you're taking it right out of your garage, you're trying to start it up for the first time, put the choke on, you'll hit it 3 or 4 times with the primer, make sure the key is in it, and then there's a button right here, so you're just going to hit the button, it should fire right up. Take your electric cord out, you're all set. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you have any questions, leave a comment, I will reply back to you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, guys.